Hey guys, what is going on? This is Daryl, and today I am back for another underpar challenge. I am back at CVCC. Last time I was here, I set my personal best at 1 over. I was so close, and I messed up a couple of easy holes. So we're back at it. See if we can get that underpar challenge, and then we have a few more courses we're going to work that on. But should be a fun day. You guys ready? Let's go. Hole 1, par 3, 193. And right here is the tee pad. And we're just going straight up here. I'm going to try to almost hit that tree right there in the middle with the lights on. Well, the sun's on, not a light. And the basket is right over here somewhere. There it is. So the basket's right through that gap right there, but let's go try to throw it right there and have it fade off to the basket. Here we go. All right, starting off with a road runner. Just try to get it up here through this gap and get close for birdie. I will say I've thrown a couple and neither one was good at all. so this is the first one we're counting. There we go. Ah, you caught that tree. 2 off the top. YouTube rules. I have learned that YouTube Sports have their own rules. There's a bowling channel called The House Bowling, and if they get a split, they get a chance to get the split. If they get the split, they go ahead and count it as a strike instead of a spare. YouTube rules for disc golf, you get 2 off the top. So there we go. Hang on. I think that's parked. Let's go. All right, guys, got like 5 feet. Stingray, never miss. Never miss. There we go. Good start, good start. Hole 2, par 3, 210. And we're on the tee pad. And there's 2 gaps here. We got the right hand backhand gap over here. And then we have my forehand gap right here. And the basket is right out there somewhere. And well, the basket is like right there. Here we go. All right, going with my sail. Just try to hit the gap, get it out of there. First thing I do, if I just hit the gap, we should be all right. It's just hitting that first gap. Tell you, the basket just kind of blends in back there. Get through it. I didn't mean to pull it that much, but I think it got all the way through. Might have a putt. All right, got probably 15 feet or so, and this is my first real putt of the round. So let's see, let me get my mini. Get that other little bit, help me out. All right, first putt of the day. Again, first real putt of the day. I've been missing at that exact spot for the last week. Oh my goodness, just like an inch low. Should have started off 2 birdies. Doggone it. Hole 3, par 3, 187. And the basket is right there. It's really tough to get a backhand down this line. I have seen somebody throw a little turnover down this line, but the main line for right-hand backhand is going to be over here. You follow this little road around, and it'll come back, kind of fade over to the basket. For me, with my forehand, I'm going to try to get through this gap right here between this big tree and this skinny tree. Throw it right through that gap right there. There's a few skinny trees that kind of get in my way, but There's the basket. See what we can do. All right, going with my Roadrunner. Try to hit this little skinny gap. I usually hit it pretty easily, but every now and again I don't. We played a doubles round the other day, and I made the gap, but I threw it straight into the ground. It was terrible. We ended up winning the round though. So there you go. I turned it over and just dumped it in the ground. Doggone it. All right, well, I kind of got lucky right here. I've got a gap I can try to go through, hopefully. So going backhand with my sole, just see if I can hit that gap and have it go back to the basket. First backhand of the day, we shall see. Nope, right into the tree. It almost missed the tree. I might have a putt. All right, well, I got in about as bad a place as I could be to be like 20 feet from the basket. I have to throw a little anti-putt, which I don't do. I try, but it doesn't come out good. Here we go. See what we can do. I really need this because I really don't want to throw away that birdie I got on one. Oh, I can't believe I got it to the right of the basket. Let's go tap it in. Hole 4, par 3, 155, right here. Just want to throw a backhand right through this gap right here. I want to almost hit that tree right there in the middle, have it fade to the basket right there on the side of a steep hill. If you miss a putt right down there, odds are it's rolling away down to the bottom of that hill. So you want to get it close where you have an easy putt. All right, going with my diamond, and I will say the last thing I wanted to do is come to this hole after getting a bogey right there. Having said that, being even par right here isn't awful. Isn't great, but it isn't awful. Here we go. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. All right, guys, gonna putt from the bottom of this hill, try to get it up there to the basket. Man, I guess I got a birdie chance. Well, not really. And going for the tap in par. All right, hole 5, par 3, 225. You're right here on the tee pad. It's going down this hill, and right there is the basket. There's also a backhand gap over here, but I'm going with the forehand gap right there and see what we can do. Here we go. All right, going with my sail, just kind of throw it kind of hard and kind of down a little bit because it's a steep downhill. Let's see what we can do. Just got to hit this gap. I kind of hit the first gap, but I shanked it like I've been doing lately. So there's no telling how far over to the left that one went. All right, well, I've got a little uphill gap here. I pulled it, but it should be okay. Should be good up and down. Right there beside the basket, go tap it in. And tap in. Woohoo! Hole 6, par 3, 160. And here's the tee pad. And we're trying to go through this gap. And there's the basket over a really, really big down tree. With my forehand, go try to get a little height and have a little S shape up there and have it go right up there to the basket. Here we go. All right, going with my Roadrunner. I basically almost want to hit this tree right here on the right. So I just got to try to go just inside of it. Oh, that's way too much. It hit that big tree and it rolled way back. Well, I guess that's not terrible because I don't want it to be right up next to the tree. All right, from here you really can't see the basket, but it is straight over this big log, probably about 20 feet past it. So go with my sole, just try to lob it up there to the basket. These trees are really in the way. Should have brought a forehand disc right here. Oh well. It got over, but I should have brought a forehand disc to throw right there. All right, little uphill putt, probably about 25 feet. And again, lately, I've been missing these an inch short. And I feel like I try to put more power on it, and I still leave it an inch short. All right, need this for par. And, oh, I thought it had popped out the backside. It stayed in. Woo! Hole 7, par 3, 220. And right here. And we go down this hill. Kind of aim right over top of that little white pipe right there and have it come back. And the basket is kind of on the inside right there. And here we go. All right, going with my diamond. Just trying to get it over top of that white pipe and take it down there. You know, it's funny, I never paid attention that this hole is 220. It doesn't feel like 220. So I guess that's why I always come up short. I threw that a little bit high, but that actually might not be bad. That might not be bad at all. All right, I'm not gonna lie, I can't believe this one made it over into the woods. I thought that was gonna land in the middle of the fairway and stay. I'm pin high with, of course, one skinny tree in the way. Let's see if we can do anything with this. And I don't think I can. You know what, I have to do straddle. Oh, Daryl. And then it rolls down the hill. No, it didn't. All right. Let's begin to tap in for a par. Doggone it. There we go. Got a par. Hole 8, par 3, 156. And we're right here. So I'm going to go straight down this tunnel. It's right behind that tree in the middle, probably 25, 30 feet, something like that. You can kind of see it around it right there, kind of. Here we go. All right, going with my Roadrunner. Just try to get it up there to the basket. Pulled it just a little like I've been doing lately. Caught a tree, hit another tree, so it's off to the left. All right, well, I'm in a terrible spot. I know you can't see this, but there's a tree right behind me. There's a tree right here in front of me. And I've got, all I gotta do is just hit this little gap and put it right beside the basket. And then there's this tree dry rotting under my foot where I have no footing. So it's a good spot. With my soul. There we go, right to the basket for the tap in. All right, little tap in. Hole 9, par 3, 304. Here's the tee pad, a little downhill, and the basket is just right down the middle. When we had the doubles, the random doubles the one day, there was a photographer that was right here behind this tree, and I almost hit them. It actually went right over their head and right through the split in that tree. It was hilarious. All right, going with my sail. Just try to put a tad bit of ante on it and just let it flex out. Or don't put any ante on it and throw it way high. Wow, that was terrible. All right, going with my diamond, and there's like a little pine tree down there. I think it's a pine tree. Just try to get it to the right of that tree and just let it kind of skip to the basket. Or throw it way too hard. Or I think it's close. I think it might actually be close. I think it's a little long, a little left, but I think it's okay. All right, that was actually better than I thought. I'm only like 10 feet. Go with the Simply Incredible Pure. So I can finish off this for a par and have a par front nine, which is not what I want. There we go. Good par, good par. All right, well, that is the end of the front nine. I would really like to be about 2 under at this point, but I'm even. So it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. The back nine, I mean, there's a chance. There are, I have birdied, I think 3 or 4 of the holes on the back nine, so there is a chance. Not a great one, but a little bit. Check it out and see how we do. Check out all my other videos, Champions Cup and Queen City Classic. I've recently posted a ton of shorts from those tournaments, so definitely check those out. Like, comment, subscribe, and you guys have an incredible day.